Hey, I'm back. This is Chandler for Melda Production, and today I'm going to show you how you can do kind of a vocoder effect or vocal morphing effect using MSoundfactory. So let me show you first what I'm talking about. So let's listen to this.
Hey, I'm back. I'm back.
Or let me do another one like this.
This is a vocal morph. This is a vocal morph.
So you get the idea. So let me show you how I did that. Go to another instance here. Okay, so we should have the generator here. Let me move the attack all the way down, sustain up. And on the first slot here, I'm going to put just an oscillator. We have it set to a saw wave. Nothing particularly special there. Now on the other one, what we're going to do is we're going to use sampler. So this is good. Now what we need to do is put something in here. So any kind of vocal you have, and I found this is actually better if you don't sing, just say something. So let's look in here. I'm going to do this one, vocal morph. So I have this set, and I have no pitch detection here, so none. And it loads everything in here. So let's open this, and actually first look down here. So you see there's lots of space. I want to move the start and end points up like this, so it'll start on the right time, and then we'll probably have to adjust the gain. Oh, turn this off. That's not so good. So you see,
This is a vocal morph.
This is a vocal morph. That's good. But what we want to do is actually have this constant. I don't want this to be key track. So just set this constant, so no matter what key I hit, it's going to play the same pitch. This is a vocal morph. This is a vocal morph. And we can move the semitones to get it closer to what my voice actually sounds like. This is a vocal morph.
This is a vocal morph.
This is a vocal morph.
This is a vocal morph. This is a vocal morph.
That's about right. And you can change that however you want. I guess like one semitone or half a semitone. It's actually pretty close to my voice as it is. So there you go. But if you want to move it down lower, you can change the octave. Sometimes that helps. And you hear like we have the oscillator on 1. Okay. So what we can do here from this is go into the FX, and we're going to put in, let's try a vocoder first. Okay. So we have our vocoder, and we want to right click it and hit sidechain here and choose steel sidechain. So now we have from 1 our oscillator, the saw wave, and then from 2 our sampler track. So if for some reason you put the sampler on track 1 and the vocoder on track 2, of course you can switch things here, but I did it the smart way the first time. So anyways, here we go, and we have the vocoder, and let's hear what this sounds like.
This is a vocal morph. This is a vocal morph.
Okay, so you can hear that, but it's not exactly what we want. It seems like it's too muddy. So let's turn up the whitening a little bit. Let's turn that all the way up, actually.
This is a vocal morph. This is a vocal morph. This is a vocal morph. This is a vocal morph.
That's not too bad, but let's turn the bands up. It makes it sound a little bit clearer and less robotic, although it always sounds robotic, but let's try like 55 or so.
This is a vocal morph. This is a vocal morph. This is a vocal morph. This is a vocal morph.
Okay, so we have that, and that's for the most part what I want. Let's try turning these down. Let's turn the release down a bit, hold up a bit.
This is a vocal morph. This is a vocal morph. This is a vocal morph.
Now that's sounding pretty good. I could stop there, but I think one thing that sometimes helps is whatever you have the sampler track on, if you use something like an EQ here. So let's try cutting the bottom end. We'll just use a high pass filter like this, and we'll listen to it and just cut out the bottom.
This is a vocal morph. This is a vocal morph. This is a vocal morph.
So that's good, but the other thing is someplace in the upper mids to treble region, if you boost that, it'll make those syllables come out a little bit more clearly, which I'll try to show here.
This is a vocal morph. This is a vocal morph. This is a vocal morph. This is a vocal morph.
Okay, and you might want to cut out the top end too. Sometimes a low pass filter can help get rid of that kind of hissing at the top. Hopefully this helps. Let's try it.
This is a vocal morph. This is a vocal morph. This is a vocal morph. This is a vocal morph.
Okay, so you see that's what we have there. sounds pretty good. And from here, we can do other things. Another one I want to show you here is I'm using the vocoder, but we don't actually have to use that. We can turn that off, and let's use morph instead. So we'll do the exact same thing, have it connect to the side chain, close it here, and we'll try this just as it is for now.
This is a vocal morph. This is a vocal morph. This is a vocal morph. This is a vocal morph.
A little bit too loud. Let me turn that down. But you get the idea. And of course, you can mess with this in various ways and adjust this to make it sound better to your ears. But I'll show you something else you can do. So besides using just this normal oscillator, we can do whatever we want. So you see all these different types of synthesis we can use. We can use those. Some of them will sound the same. Some of them will sound different. You could have, filters controlled by LFOs doing all sorts of things. But I find that if you use different types of oscillators to start, you can get really different sounds. So let's say if I use an additive oscillator, and I'm going to try something like this, 1930s horror. So this is going to sound really strange. Turn this down. I don't want this to blow out your ears. I know it's a little bit loud. So let's try this.
This is a vocal morph. This is a vocal morph. This is a vocal morph.
You hear that? I'll let you hear the vocoded version like this.
This is a vocal morph. This is a vocal morph. This is a vocal morph.
So you can hear it sounds really different. Let me just turn this off so you can hear what that sounds like by itself. See here, it's pretty dissonant. So you can do that. You could do the same thing with the FM oscillator, etc. So there's all sorts of things you could do with that. As well, you might want to put some reverb or something on here. And you can do more with the EQ if you like that. But that's a basic way you can, create like a vocoder sound with something. And of course, by going in here and repeating things in the sampler, you can create all sorts of new and interesting things. Like if I wanted to put a loop in here, and I think, okay, like this.
This is a vocal morph. This is a vocal morph. This is a vocal morph. This is a vocal morph.
So you get the idea. So you can have all sorts of fun with things like that and make it say all sorts of crazy things. But hope this gave you some ideas, and you can, of course, take this idea farther. But if you have any questions, leave those down below. Give me a thumbs up and check out all the other plugins at meldaproduction.com. Until next time, see you.